What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. All right, today we have my 19 Mustang behind me, and we're gonna fix something that I absolutely hate about all of these Mustangs, pretty much all of them ever made, with this. Yes, this ugly mess right here. This thing that has plagued all Mustangs pretty much since their existence. I do not know why Ford still does these stupid prop rods, but that is what we're going to tackle today. We're going to get rid of this thing with some awesome Redline hood struts. So these have different part numbers from the 15 to 17 cars. You can see there that it is 18 and up specific. But before we do any of that, we got our first little bit of fan mail here, and I think this is super cool. You guys know that I turn my own wrenches on this channel, which I just think is awesome, but I got hit up in an email, and I know I'm trying to stay on top of all my messages. I'm basically handling Instagram, Facebook, YouTube comments, and then also my email. So there's a lot of different platforms. I'm always busy. When I'm not making videos, I'm honestly trying to stay on top of it as best I can. But anyway, this Lego Creator Kit, and this is an expert level. So I guess shouldn't expect anything less on this channel, but this is pretty much what it's going to look like. So when I'm not making videos, I'm going to be building this guy right here, and eventually, hopefully a few videos from now, we will have it complete. But this thing is a big box. Look at all of those pieces. Oh my gosh. It's totally cool. I love it. Thank you so very much. We will definitely put this together and then probably put it over here on my little man cave mantle with all the trophies. Also want to give a real fast shout out, nothing to do with this, but Blue Collar Daily. He's a newer channel. He's an older gentleman. His name is Sean, and he has a newer Mustang. It's Velocity Blue. He calls it the Velocity Raptor. It's a beautiful color, but I want to give him a personal thank you because he's been able to help me out with a couple of things, giving me some pointers when it comes to like racing. I've watched his videos. The guy knows what he's doing. He's been doing this for a long time, and he really knows what he's talking about. So he's a good channel to definitely follow up on. I do like to give shout outs from time to time. So if I haven't mentioned you, don't worry. You know, I'm going to put a list together of all the channels that I like to follow because I like to watch a lot of the smaller channels because not too long ago, remember, we were a very small channel, and I still think that I am too, and wouldn't be doing any of this without you guys. But let's go ahead and put these on. It's going to be a super fast install, very easy, but I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, there's a couple of different manufacturers that make hood struts, and Redline happens to be my favorite for a few reasons, mostly just because it's so easy to put on, and they seem to work really well. I've had the Ford Performance ones in the past, and I always had issues with them, but the Redline stuff is pretty good. But yeah, it comes with plenty of cool instructions there, and it gives you these templates that are inside because you're gonna have to cut a little bit. But yeah, they come neatly packaged. I like it. We should have no issues with this whole thing. And we can get rid of that stupid pop rod that Ford still puts on these Mustangs. Yeah, so everything comes pretty nicely equipped there. I like it. This is cool because this is going to come in handy. We're going to have to basically cut a hole over here and on top of our battery cover, and then these are pretty much the highlight. The Ford Performance ones are not bad. They're a little cheaper. I simply like the Redline better. I think that the brackets and everything are a little bit more solid, and nothing against the shock itself. I think theirs is fine, but it's just mostly the way that it mounts into those holes. So it's basically going to go in like right here and then on the other side as well, but it's underneath that battery cover, which is why we have to cut it. So it'll basically be like under here. Come on, a little push pin right there. Right, yeah. What we're going to do is start with probably the hardest part first, and that is drilling our hole. So we're going to put our push pin back in here. That's what she said. All right, there we go. So you see this line here. You want to basically make sure that that is squared up. Kind of like this right there, and then you're going to get a punch, and I've just got a little pick, and you're going to go right in the center, make a little mark, and so you can see that there, and we know where to drill. So we're going to take this guy off, and what I've got here is this guy. It comes with this stuff right here. My drill is dead, but I do have a small impact, and I bought this thing today, which is really cool. I think it's pretty neat. I've never seen anything like that, but it's always cool to have new tools. But Just goes in there just like that, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. I have no idea why I said rock and roll, but whatever. I like it. It's cool. We got more stuff. Doing mods of the car. We're having fun. And this thing is garbage. Make sure you don't drop these things and lose them. That one's not even on. But I'll just pull it off. This is really easy to do, but we find our hole wherever it may be. There it is. And just drill through it. It fell out. Okay, so while we're cutting things and making holes, we also have to cut. Come on, stay still. So what I've got is just a little knife, and you're gonna go straight outwards like this. Okay, just straight out. You're gonna cut all the way through it. That way this can separate. Okay, there we go. So now we have our hole that is split, and that's all we have to do. Now, on the passenger side, you're gonna have the one where it has that notch down here towards the bottom, so it looks like this. But if you see it's the way it's curved right there, that's because you're only gonna have to remove this top 10mm bolt right there, not the whole thing. So, and it'll sit like this. So it doesn't need to go under this plate, just on top, and then you'll be able to relocate this guy right here. All right, so it's gonna look something like this. Apparently this guy is not in the way, but this should not interfere. It's gonna be on this side once we actually plug it in. But if it is, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to get that out of the way so you don't pinch that, because this is where your water comes through for your nozzles, and you don't wanna pinch that. It'll just clog it all up. All right, these next two guys look identical. They're not side specific, but you do want to make sure that when you install these guys on each side, that this tab here is facing outwards of the vehicle, not inwards towards the engine. And all they do is you'll unthread this a little bit, not all the way, and you'll see if you can get this thing to slide in just like that. You're gonna have to lift as you do this, otherwise it's just gonna spin underneath. But keep at it and you'll eventually get there. All right, now these guys are a 13mm on top. And you do want to have them very snug, because under the weight of the hood, you don't want them to move around. It's happened to me in the past, so just make sure they're very tight. Put a wrench on it. And now we're literally just going to do the same thing over here on this side. Next part is simple. All right, don't get this wrong, but the skinny part's gonna go towards the bottom. And you want to make sure that if you care about this, you might just rip them off, but your Redline logo here is, you know, the way that you want it to be. Don't put them upside down or on the wrong side or whatever, but they're just going to snap in place like this. We'll do the same thing over here, because we're going to have to lift the hood just a little bit to get them to snap into the bottom there. Okay, best way to do this, unless you have a second hand, just lift this thing and just hold it up with one hand and then go from one side to the other. It's a cakewalk, really. His struts are not rocket science, but this is how this is starting to look. My thing is a little weird. It wants to go in, so they do unscrew a little bit like this. I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not once it's got some weight on it of the hood. Maybe I'll just rip the logos off. I don't know. And they'll just be black, but who cares? It's just another sticker. We have enough already. So now we got the full weight of the hood on this. It still moves a little bit. I'm not really happy about that. But I don't know that anybody's gonna notice. I don't think it'll make any kind of weird noise or anything. Whatever. And that's how she looks. Now we just gotta put the cover back on over there and take this little dumb thing off, which should be a 10mm. And I win. It's a 10mm. Good riddance, prop rod. Good riddance. Don't like you. Get off of my car. Ford, if you're watching this, what are you doing? So we're just gonna move this guy out of the way, and I'm gonna put the bolt right back in there so we don't see the silver mess. There we go. But honestly, this prop rod here, right in the trash. All right, let's see if our cuts were any good, or if I messed it all up, which is probably likely. that is perfect. That's the best one I've ever done. Not too bad. I'll clean up this a little bit, but it's just a little bit fuzzies on it. Not too bad. That's how it's supposed to look. Now don't drop these in your engine bay. That's bad too. Get your ass in there. Fix this one. Since you don't want to be a team player, get out of there. One of these is not like the other. Stupid push pins. Done. 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 That's it. That's it. Now, first couple of days, it's going to be a little stiff. Make sure that we clean up our bay, our area, by just dropping it all on the floor, and we'll give it a test. So everything is smooth. We want to make sure that that doesn't pinch down there, and I think we're going to be good. Only one way to find out. One-handed operations. Here we go. That by itself like magic. I love it. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. It looks good. And we don't have any pinching over here that I can see right now. No, that is good to go. Awesome. All right. Yeah, very fast to install this hood struts. Even the new 2020 Shelby GT500 is coming with at least one hood strut. Not two, just one. I don't get it. But yeah, super easy install there and then there. But what I would do is check back in like a week or so, make sure that nothing has come loose. But yeah, it's good to go. It's very sturdy. So now when you go to car shows or whatever, you just pop your hood. You don't have this stupid thing in your way. Or if you're working on your car, you don't have some stupid rod that's in your way. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's the video. Simple, simple install. I don't know why, again, Ford doesn't do this, but they need to listen. You'd think that they would have learned a lesson or two after, you know, I don't know, many years and generations of making Mustangs, but we have fixed it. And the cool thing is, these are only about like 90 bucks or something like that if you get like some kind of a discount. I got these from CJ Pony Parts, and I think I used a promo code and got them for somewhere around 90 bucks shipped, so not too bad. But, well, again, goodbye. Not my typical video. We're being silly and goofy in the garage. I've had probably one too many energy drinks today. But, I mean, how can you be serious about a hood strut install? Because you honestly can install it in like 5 minutes. But anyway, all right, that's it. That's the video. I will see you guys in the next one. We're going to the track and hopefully chase 10s. So I'll see you later.